I need Sasuke Uchiha x Fem OC or Reader Rex fast. It's so hard to find good Sasuke fanfics. I've only ever found one on Wattpad, and the author takes time to update it. So I need help ASAP. I don't know if y'all kin Sasuke, but I do.
Welcome back to Shreddit. I'm your host, Reborn Pyro. With us, as always, we have our wonderful co-host, Kai the Kitty Lewis, Lumia Stargazer.
Ooh.
Today, we also have a special guest, a person who's been a fan of the show since day one and was there on its inception. Give it up for Sour Lemon.
Yes, hello, I'm Sour Lemon. I'm here because Reborn looked at his emergency guest list and was like, none of these people are available. So then he looked at his Discord friends list and was like, none of these people are available, except for Sour Lemon. I should ask him.
Today we're shredding r/fanfiction. We have all selected some posts that have not discussed it beforehand, so let's just jump into it. What you got for me today, Lumia?
Oh, me? I get to go first. Hello.
Oh my goodness.
Unreadable? It's come to my attention that a few readers out of the great majority of my readers have been through my fic, Unreadable. In spite of my best efforts to bring three worlds together, it's baseless assumption that this few and flawless instead of enjoyable, and the story is meant to be today. I had 5 new follows, and the first review deeming my story unreadable after posting the newest chapter days ago. What should I do?
Does this person not know what trolling is? They call their fic unreadable. Of course, somebody's gonna comment "lol, can't read."
This post was also unreadable.
Yeah.
I've read this
maybe
3 times. I still don't know
you
what the
should do
point
something
of it was.
productive with your life instead of writing fan fiction. Because evidently you aren't good at writing in the first place if it's unreadable.
I don't even know what it's about. I'm just concerned.
Yeah, this is the problem is this paragraph is a run-on sentence.
Oh yeah,
it is a single sentence.
Yeah, it's just
This
one
is
question.
also fucking unreadable. What the
Yes.
shit?
It's because
This person failed to
they're
say
just
what they were
ignoring-
trying to say.
They're just ignoring punctuation.
They had one job. They had one job on Reddit.
Maybe they called their post unreadable because the person wasn't trolling. They just couldn't read it.
Out of the great majority of readers has been my fic unreadable. So are you trying to say it's titled unreadable or that it is unreadable?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about they're probably just trolling. It's
Out of the
titled
great
unreadable.
majority of readers,
No, I think they're saying that they're
has
No, I
been
think
my
they're
fic
genuinely
unreadable.
Yeah, I think they're saying that the readers deemed that the fanfiction was unreadable, but the way they phrased it made no sense.
That a few readers has been my fic unreadable. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so
This
again, they
what
should,
the fuck?
they should
This
do
is
something else
terrible.
with their time. Like
Terrible.
fucking what?
I normally
This is
not bring
awful.
posts on to make fun of grammar, but tonight's that night.
What the fuck?
It's bad in a more remarkable way
It really
than
is.
than normal like fucking grammar Nazi shit.
Yeah,
Like it's
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bring on a post that for like normal minor grammar Nazi things. I brought this on because this is just genuinely ununderstandable.
There's
Like,
there's
as
a few
advertised.
tiers. There's a few tiers. There's professional writer, there's hobbyist writer, there's amateur writer, and then there's fanfiction writer.
And then there's this.
And then there's this, yes.
Like, this is... You know, I know there was no standards for Reddit, but my standards for Reddit have just dropped massively after tonight.
I mean,
I thought I thought I could read a post.
even Reddit is typically better than this. This is just, what are you doing with your life? Did you even go to high school? Did you learn how to speak English ever?
Okay, it's the internet. So first off, half the people you're going to run into are literal children.
This is true.
People forget
I don't
about
know.
this.
I don't know.
People
This is
forget.
it.
People forget about this.
I didn't get this post to discuss it, but I saw there was a post where somebody was like, "Oh, I saw that there was these fan fictions from the early 2000s," and it's like, "Whoa, what are these fan fictions that are even older than I am?" And I'm like, "What, fucking child?"
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
That's
you
the
can
thing.
be- you can
That's
be
the thing.
Children or fan fiction writers. Clearly.
You could be 18 and born in 2002. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I think I get the feeling they were referencing anywhere up to like 2005.
I don't know. I
So-
just assume since this subreddit has a lot of smut that everyone here is of age, and that's where I'm going to leave it.
That is
Fair enough.
Either way, this was a post. I'll give it to Rain.
Oh, fuck. I have one here. Hey, remember when when SMUTS were called limes and sour lemons?
Ooh. Did you
I chose
search?
this just
Did you
because I'm
search?
here.
Did you search sour lemon in the?
No,
in-
this
in
came
the
up
fan
under
fiction?
controversial.
Well, that sounds about right.
Ha ha ha. Sigh. Good times, am I right, gamers? Good times.
I just
Edit.
love.
I love how
They were not
almost
great,
all of
no.
you pointing out that I made you feel old.
I've never heard the term limes and lemons.
I would
I'm
like,
sorry, it's limes and sour lemons.
Oh,
I would
sorry,
like
limes and
to.
sour
I would
lemons.
like to clarify for the audience: the naming convention is purely coincidental. Has nothing to do with fan fiction.
So, Lemon,
Please
how long
don't
have you been a
associate me
fanfic
with
writer
that.
for? What did you write
Uh,
fanfic for?
Never.
That's a
So-
smart answer. That's a very smart answer.
What's your
sir.
favorite fanfic?
Very good.
No comment.
Good choice.
In part because I might have been like 13 when I was reading some amount of fan fiction, and not only did I not have good judge of quality, but also because I wouldn't remember any that particularly stood out to me.
I
So
just
there
you
read-
did read fan fiction around the time that you created your name. How interesting.
No, fucking whatever. There is one that stands out to memory though that was pornographic, and it was funny because it was pornographic. But
Okay,
let's ignore that.
See. Okay. No, I'm a firm believer in the fan fiction reading meta of just having like a couple people who like read a bunch of bullshit and then they'll just like give you the couple good things. That's what I do. I got my sister and my roommate. They'll just come over and be like, yo, this Harry Potter fan fiction though, and I'm like, yo. Sure.
What's that one Harry Potter fanfiction everybody fucking makes fun of because
My Immortal.
yeah, My Immortal, yeah.
All right. Who's going next then?
All right, I'm passing it to Lemon.
Oh boy, here we go. Accidentally saying a character's name out loud. I just accidentally called my dog in real life by a main character's name for my fanfic. I did the same thing a while ago with the same character, but it wasn't my dog I called. I don't remember who it was. That's how you know fanfiction is taking over your life. Like, what the hell was that, brain? But it gets better
Wait,
with
hold
one
on.
of the...
I do have to add one thing. What do they say about white women and dogs?
Wow.
She called her dog by the main character of her fanfiction's name.
Oh my god.
I shouldn't say the username, should I? But it does get better from one of the comments. Not to be that person, but I had this happen with a partner in bed after having spent the previous week writing some very emotionally charged, smut-inclusive romance for a certain character. They'd been on my mind the whole freaking week, so sue me.
Bro. This is a bro
Maybe I
moment.
should for being fucking idiot.
Imagine you're having sex with a girl, and she looks at you and says, "Oh, do it harder, Harry Potter."
Hell yeah. Kinky.
Yes.
Yes.
You just look at her, you're like, do you need me to like buy some round glasses? Is that what's happening? Is that
Looks
what
like
you're
looks
telling
like a
me?
crying cat and see no evil monkey.
You want me to dress up beforehand? I mean, I can do that.
I wish I was the see no evil monkey because then I wouldn't have to read this shit.
Ooh. This subreddit fucking sucks, as usual. There's nothing else to say. It's the same every week.
There have been subreddits that are worse than this.
It's just here's just some random pathetic bullshit. All right, sorry for posting again, but I wanted to thank you all. I just followed some advice given to me on the subreddit, and the hits are doing better. Same for the kudos. I know it might seem like, oh, don't get too happy too quickly, but I just wanted to post while being under a state of satisfaction because I am very in tune with my emotions. It means that I changed my changed mood a lot. XD. Anyway, I wanted to thank you a lot from the bottom of my heart. Fucking shut the fuck up, you fucking psychotic
twink.
bitch. Fucking.
Oh my god.
I love how they say they're very in tune with their emotions, which is a thing. It's called emotional intelligence, and it's when you're frustrated and you realize that you're frustrated, so you can calm yourself down. It doesn't mean you're fucking bipolar.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't mean you like you really go into feeling frustrated when you feel frustrated. That's not what that means. That's the opposite. You fucking. And what does this have to do with fan fiction? I don't know either.
I mean, writers are very emotional people as opposed to logical people. So naturally, you have to be able to change your mood a lot in order to write fan fiction.
Just hide the tag on this post, and this could have come from anywhere.
Yes. I would like to point out, I'm not a writer. I'm not a good writer, but I do have to write somewhat frequently, although it's not like fiction, and they're just bad. They're just bad at it. It's really really irritating when you see people celebrating fucking nothing at all, especially when it's so irredeemable. I find it really funny that of all subreddits to have like extraordinarily bad grammar and punctuation, it was the fan fiction subreddit.
All right, Kai, who are you throwing it to?
Lumia.
Hey, it's me. Lumia.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. Oh, okay. This was a interesting read. What is underage?
Woo.
It depends on where you live, right?
Before I begin this discussion, I will say I don't like the information of what I'm writing below. I'm not advocating for underage situations. However, in the year 2000 in Tennessee, 3-year-old girls were married off to men who were 24, 25, and 31. Minimum age laws are special situations in which a person can get married, typically requiring parental and judge approval. Other factors must be met, but I won't get into Tennessee's minimum age law changed in 2018. Massachusetts currently doesn't have a minimum age law. In the absent tradition, minimum age is 12 for girls and 14 for boys. What the fuck?
Now, should this be put on a political subreddit about laws that should be changed? Yes.
Why is it on the subreddit? Yeah. Concerning implications.
Yeah, again, why is this here, though? Why is this on fan?
He does... No. I get the feeling it's about to be mentioned. Why?
I have half it left. I felt extremely nauseous when I read that. Some states have 16 as a minimum age. If that's the case, we could have Izuku Midoriya and his classmates marrying or engaging in relationship with older characters. Which means...
Yeah, they're in Japan, you stupid fuck. You stupid fuck. You're an idiot. This man's an idiot.
They are. Which means the topic of underage relationships therefore both ambiguous in real life and in fanfiction.
That's the overtone of all of like Japanese anything. That's part of it, is that they're considered like, is why it's always like 14 and up, is they are of age of a certain extent. That's why you fucking...
Did this person just realize this?
Yes, that's the point of this post.
What is wrong with them?
And can be as confusing to fanfic writers. Age laws vary not from country to country, but from state to state. As such, a person could reasonably post requesting a fanfic and not know they are breaking the law. What the fuck?
We're just here's an idea. stop writing sex into every single fucking story that exists.
I don't care
They
about
don't
that.
have sex
but literally,
because they
who
don't
cares?
need them.
Literally, who cares?
I don't really care if if fan fiction's written to have sex or not. That I don't care what they put in their fan fictions.
It's like, who cares?
Yeah, it's like, well, they're
The only time I care is if it's like, so say like Harry Potter, right? And they're basing it off Daniel Radcliffe from the movies, where he's like a 13-year-old boy in real life, and they're writing smutty fan fiction about him. That's where I have a huge problem with, right?
true.
Like, if you
I have a
make
problem with the
fan fiction-
mindset that you would write that in. I don't have a problem with the content itself. You know what I mean? Like my issue is that this person is like obsessing over that. Like, that is concerning. There's
that classic memed line of "Don't like it, don't read it."
Hell yeah!
I think that applies. If you're a fucking idiot and don't realize that different people and different sovereign governments have different ideas of what counts as of age, then
luckily this is fan fiction, so there's no way any judge in hell anywhere would give a flying fuck at all, or that it would even come to anyone's attention. So for something as small as like writing like an erotic scene with like a character from My Hero Academia, like, let's be real, no one's gonna give a shit ever.
But you might actually be wrong, because I remember hearing something about like a Power Rangers fan fiction that got shit in Australia for being not kosher.
Okay, there are some countries where they're doing weird shit.
Asboy had to read that. Shout out to the Tone Can episode.
Oh my god, you're right.
What is underage? This person's brain. That is what is underage.
Ooh.
It's weird. They've got the body of a 50-year-old man, but they have the brain of a toddler. How does this happen?
It's the opposite of what I wanted.
All right, Lumia, who are you throwing it to, Chief?
I'm gonna throw it to Kai.
Ooh. All right, this person's just got like rainbows and sunshine blasting out of their ass. And you know, I like the vibe. You've done a good job today. You've gotten enough done. Under the tag celebrate. You did great today. You thought of a story, nurtured a plot bunny that's been hopping around your mind for a while. Maybe you even opened up a document and began ruminating on how to begin, either by outlining or simply fantasizing in your mind how the story will go. And if you got that far, perhaps you even wrote something down, making the start of what will certainly be an incredible story. See, you think it's like sarcastic, but at no point does the shoe drop. It's just played straight the whole way. Whatever it is that you did today, you did a great job at it. Sure, maybe it isn't as much as you wanted to get done, and perhaps you feel like there's more you can do, but you got something done today, and that's what matters the most. Be proud of yourself and the little things that get accomplished, because without them, the bigger picture, or in this case, the bigger story, wouldn't exist. More importantly, remember that this is your hobby. It's something that you're supposed to enjoy. So enjoy the little pieces as much as you enjoy the final piece. Honestly, I'm writing this for myself. Well, of course. Because sometimes I feel like I can get more done, even though my mind just isn't into it for the day. I think that more people should hear this, though, especially if they're beating themselves up about not being able to progress at a pace they're happy with, or turn their thoughts into words. You can do this. You got this. One step at a time. Before you know it, something incredible will be looking back at you from the paper or the screen. Enjoy the steps along the way.
Where is their book that they're selling? Where's
Look
their
at this.
self-help book?
Bruh, they should not be writing fan fiction. They need, yes, they should be selling positivity courses. They should be doing Life Channel shit.
It's a good positivity post.
You are the best. You can do this. Yeah. You
like
rock
this is
like
just
shit.
this. I am down for this energy right here.
I love it. I like positivity posts. I'm gonna send you love and hugs, and I'll be like, "You can do it, bitch.
You can do it." All right, Kai. Who you throwing this to? Who's got the ball?
You know what I really enjoy? What I really enjoy about this post is, by this post definition, I am a writer. because
Well, it
I
is
have
on the
thought of stories before and sometimes like go into detail about the stories, and apparently that's enough. Apparently that's all it takes.
Well,
All
you
right,
see,
boys.
I'm an author.
One
All I do
day.
is like go on the internet and I text my friends, say, "Hey, what if we have a story about this?" And wow, boom, I'm an author. I could say that now. You know,
Or
it's
if I
like if you
just-
want to be a doctor, all you have to do is make something up in the medical field, and you just have to vocalize it, and bam, you're a doctor. You know, the logic
You
there is flawless.
upload a 20-page booklet. All the pages are blank. Buy 100 of them yourself. Put it in a very niche topic for something specific, and yeah, just make sure you have enough pre-orders. And congratulations, you're an Amazon bestseller. Woohoo! We did it.
Oh my god. You just reminded me of the time.
And now you are forever an Amazon best-selling author.
You just
Shout out to
reminded me of the time.
shout out to Mike Winnett. That guy fucking rules.
You reminded me of the time in high school where I had a bunch of friends, and unfortunately, and fortunately, I wasn't involved, but they had a massive Google Doc where anybody who it was shared with was able to write a haiku inside. And so, over the course of a semester or two, over the course of a year, it gradually accumulated enough haikus to be able to be compiled into a book. And they sold that book on Amazon for like $1 or $2 or something like that. But this inevitably got the attention of the staff of the school because there were some people who contributed haikus that were hateful in speech towards actual individuals, actual teachers and things. And it became like a whole news story in the area. And
if you didn't moderate some of the messages, that you might have needed to censor out some of those.
Isn't that the plot where you hold on? Isn't that the plot to the movie Mean Girls?
I don't know. I haven't seen Mean Girls, but I think I'm gonna dox my own high school. But if you look up Super Team Haiku, then you might come across this. It's fucking funny. Even people who had it shared but didn't contribute anything at all got called down to the principal's office, like my girlfriend at the time.
Oh my fucking god!
It was that was a trip, and because I didn't have it shared with me, I just remember there like everybody this being a big deal happening around me since I knew the people who started it, and I'm just sitting here in the background like, what the fuck is going on?
All right. Let's not be getting into the old back in my day kind of shit.
Yeah, right. You're gonna throw it too.
In my high school, we performed alchemy.
Yes. Based.
Okay, so I have an interesting one. You ex-shippers will be sorry when you catch up and see what's coming next.
Bruh.
Lol, I won't. I don't care. One character could kill the other and I'd still ship them. Fix it, enemies, lovers. Here we go. So this person's basically admitting that they write fanfiction before reading the entire story. They don't know what they're writing about. They're just writing it because they saw 2 sentences in and was like, oh my god.
They saw one character design, and they saw another character design, and it's like, wow, these two both have candy-colored hair. That means they must be perfect for each other.
You know, a lot of fan fiction is badly written, and it doesn't actually do the characters justice a lot of times. So, and I wonder if that's because this is a common attitude. Like, it's just a common attitude among fan fiction writers to not actually read the work. But let's move on. Like, one betrays the other? Fine. Let's write about them overcoming that. Let's delve into emotional depths that canon couldn't give to the original character.
What?
The character marries a different character? Divorce. That's fixable. Don't worry. Okay, better yet, AUs, alternate universes. No one even needs canon. This event could happen in the alternate universe.
Fucking honestly, death of the author. Fuck this canon shit. I mean, if you're gonna do fan fiction, fuck it, right? Like, let's be real.
Who cares about themes and the probably complex reasons why they would have for betrayal or conflict with one another? Let's just ignore them.
It's our own story.
They should fuck each other. That's clearly the best option.
Yes.
Honestly,
Yes.
who are you really benefiting when you say that? It's pointless. Get over the fact that someone ships something different. It's all fictional in the end. How does this ship hurt you? Answer, it doesn't. The ship shouldn't affect anyone. So before I read the final sentence, I want to say this post was good to make fun of because it's really retarded. And then you get to the final sentence.
I think their ship is sinking.
Ship and let ship. I don't care if it's gross or pure or illegal.
Illegal.
Shall we bring up the person who was confused about whether or not what the age of legality is?
Remember, most of the Japanese anime fucking fics are gonna be perfectly fine.
Alright, Kai and Lumia don't have post, so I'll pass it to Lemon.
Sasuke X Ose reader, please. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I need Sasuke Uchiha X Fem OC or Reader Rex fast. It's so hard to find good Sasuke fanfics. I've only ever found one on Wattpad, and the author takes time to update it. So I need help ASAP. I don't know if y'all kin Sasuke, but I do. I love unstable, morally gray, complex characters like him. I'm sure some of you can relate. I need a good fic at the least. If I have to specify, then one with a cool, complex OC, angst, and a bit of smut. Actually, if you have just smut Rex, then give them to Lamau. You can see how desperate I am to find something good. I love angst. The whole enemies to lovers trope too. I also don't mind dark and mature themes. I actually appreciate them a lot. This is my particular taste personally, but if you know a good fanfic that doesn't tick my boxes, that's fine. Still recommend it to me. I just give me any good Sasuke fanfic at this point. Any website will work. Just mention where to read it. P.S. The only thing that you should completely avoid recommending me is one with bad grammar and shallow characters. Ciao, heart!
Bro, that was so on point. That was so... You could have animated that whole thing and it would have been believable. Shit, dude. Bruh. I just couldn't interrupt because I just hate this person.
The best part is,
bro, like, just read a book. If you're that hard up on stories, do you know how many great books and shit there are? How many, like, even just internet stories. There's entire things that have nothing to do with fan fiction. They're their own stories, but they're like, yeah, I'll just write like a couple million words and just put it up on fucking, fucking just download the PDF. Like.
But you know the best part about...
there's things you can do, my friend. You do not have to stoop to such a level as to ask for Sasuke X Fem OC to beg for it on fucking Reddit. What the fuck?
You know, the best part about my reading of that though is that I had only read the first like couple sentences before I posted this, before I chose this post. So the rest of it I just kind of read offhand just now.
Hell yeah! Well,
if you're so desperate to find something good to read, just go to your local library and take any book off the shelf. It's going to be better than a fan fiction, even if it's a bad book. It's like I can see Sasuke descending from the heavens on top of me, and because I am the original character, and I am super angsty, and he reaches down to touch me, to stroke my supple abs. Yeah, no thanks. Please go somewhere else.
Wait, does the woman have abs
hell,
in this
please.
situation? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, that's right. She's a fucking lady. Why
It's
would she be into Sasuke?
It's Fem OC, sir.
I forgot about the fem part. I just
I mean,
I just made it gay
so Fem
for
OC,
no reason.
she is also ripped. Got it.
Yes.
We're painting a picture.
And then
A little nipple twisty, woo.
a little nipple twisty.
All right, I'm just going to
a little nippy twisty action.
No,
All
nippy
right,
twisty.
Nipple twist.
I'm just going to take the next post.
I hope NoNeed keeps at least some of my my wild fantasies.
Poor
in,
Noni.
because that's the kind of mindset that these fan fiction writers have.
Okay, so because Lemon still has a post left and he still needs to read the ABDL post post. I'm going to take the next post. I'm gonna pass it back to Lemon to finish up his third one, and then back to do the ABDL post.
What does this title even mean, by the way?
Lack of Arrow Ace readers fix or non-romantic reader fix inserts in general. Does anyone else get pissed off when they find a good reader's insert fanfiction that looks so good and then it's completely ruined because they focus on romance instead of plot? This person is mad.
I thought that was the point. I thought that was the point of the reader insert. It's for the romance, not like actual fucking plot.
No,
if you want actual plot, these people would be writing fucking novels, not fanfiction.
Or they should just watch the actual show for the actual
plot. That too.
Like, do they just want them to transcribe what happens in the show into a fanfiction? At that point, it's just a transcription. It's not a fanfiction.
Yeah.
There is so many reader fics that are inclusive towards the LBGT community, except for Arrow Ace people. It's like we don't exist. I've read every single Arrow Ace reader fics for fandoms I like, on all sites that have fanfics. It's so infuriating.
What's fucking weird about fanfiction in general is self-insert characters, though. Because, again, at that point, why not just make your own novel? Like, I feel like if you're writing a fanfiction, then the point is to use the characters that already exist. And yet, most of fanfiction has OCs, self-inserts, yada yada yada.
I don't really care.
That's just off. That's just like it doesn't fucking matter. It's just a little weird to me, a little off topic.
We're all low key just bitching about general fanfiction tropes that we totally are not already familiar with by reading fanfiction.
All right, Lemon, go.
All right. I got something. I got one particularly for you, Reborn. So, how to write the big O. What would be your tips on writing orgasms? Both male and female. Thank you!
Hell yeah.
So I made sure... I don't know what this person meant by climax or waves or pleasure. Is it like you're just going to use those two lines? He released himself into his partner. Whatever. But I made sure to include the comment that this person made. I really love describing the tension release of an orgasm. For my two latest smut fics, Orgasm 1, I'm coming! He squeezed his eyes shut. Giorno, I'm coming!
Oh,
and with that announcement, his body tensed up, his back arching like the string of a bow. Then suddenly he released, his head slumping forward as he exploded into his orgasm, groaning loudly, shamelessly, probably waking the whole building up. Mista fell on top of Giorno.
It's Mista!
Mista fell on top of Giorno, his sweaty face pressed against Giorno's cheek, his body going completely limp.
Giorno is 15, if you remember.
Orgasm 2. Giorno's mind exploded.
Giorno is a 15-year-old boy.
White-hot pleasure like lightning bolts right behind his eyes.
He's also unbelievably ripped and giant, but like, yeah, he is 15.
So this is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fan fiction. No, well,
as soon as he said Giorno, I'm like, oh my god, it's a JoJo thing. Oh yeah,
and he came, and he came moaning quietly, thick, hot strands of cum pulsing all over his whole own hand, his stomach, all over Mista's bed. He closed his eyes as the orgasm surged through him, tidal waves at first, turning into ripples that slowly ebbed out, leaving every muscle of his body absolutely exhausted. Orgasm 3.
Woo.
I'm gonna come, Jordan muttered, eyes squeezed shut, both hands now grasping Mista's hair. His thighs shook.
Wait, hold on. Mista wears a cap. Mista wears a cap the entire show. His hair wouldn't be there. What the fuck? Is this one of those people that didn't even see the series?
Maybe you're missing context from the rest of the fanfiction where he does in fact remove the hat, and this guy has his own headcanon as
this is just the orgasm. There's gonna be a lot of fillers here.
Yeah. His thighs shook, his eyes rolled back in their sockets, and he wanted to scream out his orgasm, but he suddenly remembered where they were, so he clasped one hand over his mouth, moaning quietly as pulled out of Mista's beautiful mouth, spilling his cum all over the tile floor.
He stood with his dick in his hand, mind completely emptying, panting heavily, eyes fluttering. He felt disoriented, like he didn't really remember where he was.
I'm
So,
sorry,
do we-
no need that you have to listen to this multiple times during the editing process.
So do we have some writing criticism for this person who suggested to another person as to how to write an orgasm?
I don't want to think about this at all. I just want to, drink enough alcohol to erase my brain.
So how does this compare to the canonical chapter of SAO where Kirito and Asuna have sex?
So for those of you who are unaware, chapter 16.5 of Sword Art Online is very controversial. Because it is nothing. All it does is describes how the main character plows the main waifu.
That's pretty puggers. I mean, it's pretty pug. Like,
At the
not
end
gonna
of
lie.
it, the author wrote a very specific line that people love to quote and shitpost about. Kirito filled Asuna with 2 years worth of semen, which made a glopping noise as it flowed endlessly out of her vagina.
2 years, 2 years worth of semen made a glopping noise as it flowed endlessly out of Asuna. That's the line.
I hate you, Rant.
The fuck? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we need the cum custodians to clear up the semen
Guys,
that
we
dripped
just-
onto the tile.
We just had to scrap an episode because we talked about cum too much in it. Can we not?
This episode is on r/fanfiction. You expected us to not talk about it?
I hate you all.
That's going to be all we have for today. The subreddit sucks as usual. Reddit sucks. I hate it. I hate all this. Fuck r/fanfiction and fuck Reddit in general. It's time to move on to the ABDL posts of the week. Lemon,
Yes.
do you like anime?
Yeah, I do. I do watch anime.
All right,
yes.
all right. Well, then I'm going to assume you like teen. If you don't, die. We have a
I guess I'm
wonderful
dead.
sponsor. dragonstreasuretea.com or thedragonstreasure.com. I apologize. Thedragonstreasure.com has wonderful anime teas. They have the tea that will pierce the heavens flavored Gurren Lagann
Oh,
tea. They have
no.
Harry Potter teas. They have every
no.
type of tea you want. They even have Tsundere secret tea.
Oh no, I'm still in fanfiction mode. All of this sounds like red flags to me.
Use code Shreddit for 10% off checkout today. Thank you.
And if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, like and subscribe and leave a comment.
Tell us what subreddit to shred next.
Lemon, go with the ABDL post of the week.
Yeah, so I see that Reborn chose a somewhat good ABDL post for me, considering I take physics courses. So how much gravitational force is what they should have said, would be required to cause someone to unintentionally relieve themselves? This is a serious post. This is a serious post, guys.
Already a lie.
This is a serious post. Just want to make it clear.
There's
This
thing
is
as
a very
post
serious
on
post.
Reddit.
Yeah. It's the most serious post I'll ever read on Reddit, yes. I figure here is as good as anywhere to ask. Today, it was reported that Bezos and his crew experienced 6 Gs on the Blue Origin flight. That is 6 times the gravitational force of Earth. And as we all know, NASA astronauts often wear maximum absorbency garments during launches. What we don't know, or at least I'm having a hard time finding information about, is whether astronauts wear diapers because of the length of time from takeoff to docking, or because the G-force causes involuntary relief. The urban legend has always been that it's the G-force, but I can't find any reporting or other reliable information about this. So, physicists and space fanatics among us, how many G's would be needed to cause those MAGs to be put to use? So, the way that it would work is that the G-forces would be compressing your bladder
and your other digestive organs, so that it would force it to squeeze out. The problem with that being that the reason you are able to, not the ABDL, because they have other issues they worry about, but the reason normal human beings are able to hold themselves back from using the bathroom is because there are muscles surrounding their digestive system and their urinary tract and whatnot that literally closes them to prevent anything from flowing through. So I'm not an expert on.
And wouldn't it just make you want to go to the bathroom?
Yes, it would make you. It would make you want to go to the bathroom
like that.
But I get the feeling that.
How much water did you drink earlier today? Because it could be bad. It could.
I get the feeling that the problem is more how much you are capable of holding yourself back in the presence of needing to go to the bathroom under those extreme G-forces, and if you can hold yourself back to the point of exploding, your bladder exploding.
Yeah, there are more important things to worry about here during a fucking flight launch.
True.
See, this is an ABDL person, so they're obsessed with diapers and they're obsessed with shitting themselves. So they're sitting here and said, how can I apply this to the latest news?
When you're experiencing 6 G's of force, you should be more concerned about staying conscious than whether or not you're going to use the bathroom. That's really what it is.
All right, that's going to be all we have for today. Thank you, Lemon, for coming on, and we will see you next week with a return to r/astrology.
Ooh woo.
Oh boy. Talking about fake pseudoscience, but that everybody believes in for some reason, and
hell
is absolutely
yeah,
asinine and retarded.
Jupiter rising sun, am I right, gamers?